Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I filmed. Oh my gosh, this feels so good right now, especially because this is my very first YouTube video with my new camera. I've been telling you guys for like years that I was gonna get a DSLR someday with a mic. We've got the hookup now. Now I just need like better lighting because I'm still just using the same ring light that I've been using, but I just hope that the quality is so much better than it's been in the past because yeah, I've been using just like a Sony camcorder up till this point. Honestly, I got this over a month ago and I've been meaning to film. I just haven't because you guys know me. It's so hard for me to get motivated to do it in the first place, but I also recently announced that I am pregnant and I'm in month 7 of my pregnancy. It has gone so fast, it's insane. I am huge. I will show you guys my belly in a little bit, but I cannot believe I only have 2 months left. And then I'm gonna have no time for anything. So good thing this is my hobby and not my job. Anyways, yeah, let's see. I'm gonna get all my disclaimers out of the way as usual. This backdrop is not really fitting to what my video is today, but it's new-ish. I bought it a while ago and it's just been sitting folded in my closet. But it's this like tint material, which I was not expecting. Hopefully you guys can tell that it's like a galaxy, but I also feel like it's paint splatter. It's just not exactly what I expected, but today I'm gonna be doing a Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. I got really cute Valentine's nails today. They're like candy hearts. My nail girl freaking kills it. She's my friend Ciara that has been doing nails for a little over a year, and she is so talented. Like her nail art is all freehanded. It's amazing. I've gotten like really cool SpongeBob nails from her. I'll put a picture here because I'm literally obsessed with those nails. I don't remember if I ever like filmed with them. Valentine's Day is in 2 weeks. It is February 1st today, and I just feel like I probably will be able to get this video up by Valentine's Day. So if you guys want to do like a fun, flirty, pink Valentine's makeup inspired by my nails and just kind of inspired by Valentine's Day. Probably gonna put blush all over my face. Yeah, just, I'm excited. I haven't really been playing with makeup a whole lot lately. I have my brows on because I had a nail appointment this morning, and I have eyelash extensions. As soon as like I go on my maternity leave, I'm gonna get them removed and get my nails removed, and I'm gonna be looking like a hot mess, but I'm gonna enjoy it while I can. I'm just gonna be using this Jaclyn highlighter palette as my mirror because the mirror in this is like big enough that I can see my whole face, and it's such a good mirror. I think I'm gonna start with my eyes. Keep it pretty dang simple, I think. Something that kind of anyone can do. So the question is, what palette do I want to use? I'm also such a failure. I really wanted to do a video on this ColourPop collection from Robbie D. Christie. It's called the Into the Woods collection, I believe, but this is the At Forest Sight eyeshadow palette. Pregnancy brain is so real. I'm gonna be stumbling over my words. We're just gonna get through this together. I was thinking maybe I'll just like use this palette in this video. Old Growth is a really pretty like pink shade. Amanita is really pretty, and Evergreen maybe. Let's just go for it. I think I've used all my other palettes on camera already. This collection I bought, and I haven't really bought any makeup since, and I got this on the initial launch, so I've had it and I've been playing around with it for a while, and I freaking love it. It's such a good collection, and it's just freaking adorable, like the mushrooms and everything all over it. I've been loving every bit of it. This cute little pink headband just seemed fitting for the occasion. I'm gonna start by putting concealer down as like my eyeshadow base, my primer or whatever. So I'm gonna take my MAC Pro Longwear concealer on my wrist. I would put it on the top of my hand, but the back of my hand has been so dry that like it just leaves this crusty little mark. So I've been using my wrist instead. And then I take a little concealer buffing brush. This is by Jessup. It's the 142 concealer buffer. Put this all over my lid up to my eyebrow. And then having eyelash extensions, it's kind of hard to like do anything with my eyelids because they get a little bit bent out of shape, and I just have a little spoolie handy so that I can comb them as I go. It takes a little bit longer to do like my eyeshadow and stuff because of that, but it doesn't take longer to do my makeup because I'm not fussing with mascara or eyelash extension or glue on lashes or anything like that. So it's worth it, but same thing on the other side. And I'm just gonna take some loose translucent powder. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. And I'm just going to set that concealer into place really quickly. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadows, and I'm gonna take Old Growth in my crease area, and I'm also going to buff it kind of up into the front of my eyebrow. So I just kind of concentrate it on the outside of my eye first, blending it inwards, Not being super careful, one, because these eyeshadows blend out incredibly, so I don't really have to be super careful. Secondly, because I really just like building up this color. Make sure that's really nice and blended in my crease first, and then I'll start bringing that color upwards in the front and just working that into the like the front of my eyebrow, literally touching my eyebrow as I do it, without trying to like disrupt the product, because I don't have a whole lot of a real eyebrow underneath the product. But I basically just do want to bring this up into my eyebrow, just right here at the beginning though, just probably the first like third. And if you have to like touch up your eyebrow after you do this from all the blending, no big deal. Sometimes I'll go back with my pencil and touch it up. And then once I've got that step done, I'll kind of just elongate that and almost do like a straight line from the front of my eyebrow to the tail of my eyebrow and just create kind of like a winged out effect. I'm not connecting it to the tail of my eyebrow. I'm just kind of following that shape and blending it out basically just at the same point that my eyebrow ends, so that when I look straight forward, the color is still very obvious. It doesn't disappear into my crease. There's not really a light skin tone shade in here. Guess I could just use this Pure by Raw Beauty Kristi palette, because there's my whole heart in here, which matches my skin tone pretty well, and I can just kind of diffuse that line. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Same brush, go over the edges just to soften them a bit, not completely diffuse it, but literally just to soften it. And don't feel like you have to have like the perfect blend right at the beginning. I kind of will go back and forth as I'm doing my eyes. Do the same thing on the other side really quick. And now I'm gonna build it up with Amanita, which is like a dark purpley shade. I'm taking the Eco Tools, it's a double-sided blending brush and a short shader brush. So I just like the shape of this, and it's like not small, but it's like medium sized. I can kind of be a little bit more precise with it, but it's still a blending brush, so I can still like blend it out nicely. So yeah, I'm just gonna concentrate that right here in my crease, just on the outer half of my eye, and then kind of bring it down probably about halfway on the bottom as well. And then yeah, just kind of blend that into the other color. I'm just softly blending this. I'm not wanting it to go like up as high as the other color, kind of just wanting that pop on the outer half. Yeah, right about there. I'm gonna stop blending with this brush now that I have it placed down where I want it. And I'm gonna go in with a smaller blending brush and just buff out the edges so that we still have that definition, but it's not like a harsh line. My eyebrow definitely needs some help on this side now. Like a bald spot right there. So I've been really trying to not over blend, like just blend enough to make the harsh lines go away, but still have those definitive colors separate from each other. I'm just gonna take this small, gosh, what is this even called? The Jessup 230 Luxe pencil. So I'm gonna go back into Old Growth, that first light pink shade that we used, and just blur the edges of that darker purpley pink. Okay, I'm definitely still learning this camera. Apparently it only records 30 minutes at a time. So sorry, kind of cut out there for a minute, but still just blending this darker shade with the lighter shade. I'm just kind of dipping back and forth too with that darker shade and that lighter shade. If any part, like right here, it got a little bit bare. So I went back in with that darker shade to fill in just the, oh my gosh, my voice. Just to fill in that bare spot like that. And then I'll go back in with the lighter shade to make sure it's still blended. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that the bit that I put down here is blended as well. I'm gonna add some glitter now. I was gonna go in with Evergreen, but I'm actually second guessing myself. I think I wanna go in with one of the Super Shock shadows. They came out with 4 in this collection. This one is Olympic. It's very silvery. I'm not really feeling silver with this. Campfire, which is like a bronzy shade. I'm obsessed with this. I love wearing this just all over my lid by itself, but not for this look. Like a Moss, which is kind of a green shift. Super, super pretty. Oh my gosh. I love also this all over my lid by itself, but again, not really for this look. Mycelium? Mycelium? I think that's how you say it. This one is kind of like a, I don't know, like a champagne-y, gold, beautiful, everything. I've used a lot of this actually. I've worn all of these just by themselves all over the lid, and they are stunning. I just kind of have to build them up a little bit because they're more of like a eyeshadow topper. Like you put down your original glitter and then you top that glitter or shimmer, whatever you want to call it, with these guys. But I really like how these look by themselves, to be completely honest. So I'm just going to wear this one. I'm just going to burp. Grab a little eyeshadow brush. These honestly apply amazing with the fingers, but I want it to be a little bit more precise. And I don't really mind like digging in and like really packing it on. So yeah, I'm gonna take my cilium. I really hope that's how you pronounce it. I'm just going to put that kind of on the inner corner, the inner half of my eye, maybe all over the lid. We'll kind of see what happens, but you can't have Valentine's Day without a little bit of glitter, in my opinion. I like dig into this stuff. Like I'm not shy about getting like chunks of it everywhere, but literally like chunks of it on my brush before I put it on, and then I just kind of smooth out the chunks that are on my eye. This makes this product sound so appealing. My brush is very chunky, so I'm just gonna put that directly onto my eye. Oh my gosh, do you see how stunning that is? I am dead. And then yeah, I'll just kind of blend it out a little bit into that color, but not a whole lot. Like I said, I might just put it on the inner corner, might put it on my whole lid, kind of just depends on what happens, what I'm feeling. But once I kind of blend it out, it shears out really nicely on the edges. It looks way more sheer on the outside over here, so I'm just gonna build it up right in here to create that really nice gradient. Oh, it's just stunning. And then I'll go back in with that little pencil brush that we were using to kind of blend the colors earlier, and just do the same thing with this glitter. Just make sure it's not like overpowering that color, and just blending that in a little bit. Honestly, I was a little bit conflicted about doing a makeup tutorial today, just because like I feel like nobody really watches makeup tutorials anymore. People are so much more into watching things that, you know, are about drama or people spilling the tea. And I feel like all of my like makeup videos have all been kind of like casual get ready with me's, where I'm not really explaining a whole lot what I'm doing. So I don't know, I just kind of wanted to switch it up and do an actual tutorial, like mostly based on the makeup that I'm doing instead of things going on in my life, because my life is revolving around pregnancy right now, and I'm keeping up on all that stuff in like a pregnancy vlog. So I didn't want to just like sit here and blabber on and on about pregnancy like I did in my last Get Ready With Me. In my last one, I just announced it. It was all very like new and exciting. So obviously like that's all that was on my mind, and it's all that's on my mind still, but it's gotten a lot more real to me now. So I don't feel like I have to be talking about it 24/7. But like I said, I am going to be releasing like a pregnancy vlog in 3 parts, most likely, as soon as my baby gets here. So you have that to look forward to if you are interested in the pregnancy stuff. That's only a few short months away. I cannot even believe it. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and brush my eyelashes again now, because they have glitter all over them as well, not just to like comb them back out. At this point, you can obviously add mascara or strip lashes, eyeliner. I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip eyeliner today. I wanna keep this a little bit more on the simple side. I'm gonna go ahead and fix my eyebrow a little bit though, because we got a little bald spot forming in my usual spot where it gets sweaty anyway. Yes, that's still a thing that I'm struggling with. I don't think it's ever gonna go away. I have this gnarly pimple like on my hairline, and I keep scratching it and like breaking it open, because that's like where I push my hair out of my face. God, it's freaking painful. I hate it. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the face makeup. Gosh, what do I want to use? My favorites lately have been the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. It's super full coverage, but I also am obsessed with the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and this one's a little bit more dewy, so I think I'm gonna go with this one today. I was smart and actually remembered to wet my sponge before I started. I've just been pumping my foundation straight onto my sponge. I usually do 2 pumps at first and go from there. Oh, I almost forgot. I love spraying my face with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus. This is the lavender scent, and it is my favorite. Oh my God, it's so like refreshing, and it just like, it like calms me down, which I know is an effect of lavender, but I never really believed it very much until I got this stuff. I'm blend this down my neck a little bit. This matches me pretty decently, as you can see, but there seems to always be a little bit of a shift that's noticeable, so I always blend it down my neck. Speaking of my neck, oh my gosh, in pregnancy, I feel like I'm definitely joining the double chin club. Like, I'm getting so much more double chinny, and honestly like gaining weight everywhere. I've gained 25 pounds, which is normal for pregnancy. Once you're in your like 3rd trimester, you're supposed to gain at least 17 pounds, I think was the number I saw. And I've gained 25, so you could say I'm doing great. It's just so weird seeing my body change, and I know it's only gonna like get weirder after I have the baby. But I just keep telling myself, you asked for this. Like you literally, you knew what you were signing up for when you were trying to get pregnant, and you get this beautiful baby girl out of it. Like our bodies are amazing for even being able to do this in the first place. And I'm just so thankful that mine is capable of doing this and has been doing this for 7 months now, and everything's been going perfectly. So I'm gonna do my damnedest to not be hard on myself and just embrace all the changes. I'm on that whole body positivity movement thing. I'm just so glad I didn't get pregnant like a few years ago when I originally thought I wanted to get pregnant, because it would have been bad. I would have been so hard on myself. Now I'm just like, who the fuck cares? Like, who am I trying to impress? Like, Corey's gonna love me no matter what. By the way, I'm still using the MAC Pro Longwear concealer. It sucks how many times people have told me like, oh, you're so gonna be one of those people that like just bounces right back. Because what if I'm not? And then that expectation is just put on me. I don't want that pressure. I don't want that expectation to be put on me that I'm gonna bounce back, because that's the least of my worries after I give birth. Like, my baby is gonna be my #1 priority, you know what I mean? Also, can we just appreciate how amazing that concealer is? I have not been sleeping good whatsoever. It's been rough, and my dark circles, I have never been this like purple. It like matches my eyeshadow. I'm gonna take a drink of water. I'm clearing my throat way too much. Since it decided to come into this video, how cute are these coasters? Well, this coaster. There's another one that's green. My sister-in-law, I always want to say stepsister for some reason. My sister-in-law, she's Corey's sister. She made these for us for Christmas, and they're just so cute. Shout out to Mackenzie, you're so talented. And also, it's her first time making something like this. It's not like she does this all the time. So like, what the hell? You're just naturally this talented? Not fair. Put on my chapstick because my lips are dry as fuck as usual. Okay, so I'm gonna finish my eyes next. I'm gonna take Amanita and just create like a slight shadow underneath my eye, maybe just like about halfway. And I'm taking that same like kind of fluffy little pencil brush. So I went a little bit more than halfway, just kind of up to the inner portion of my, not iris. Is it iris? Not the pupil, but colored part of the circle in my eyeball. Keeping that really close to my lash line. And then I'm just gonna like wipe this off, get all that excess product off, and then I'm gonna go back in to Old Growth. I'm gonna start by kind of placing it in the same exact place that I put the other one, because that's gonna naturally just blend it out a little bit, and then go all the way into the inner corner. I will take this guy. It's an Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. I think this came with my, what is that called? The Modern Renaissance palette. I'm pretty sure it's just the dual-sided brush that came in there. So I'm gonna take the fluffy side without any shadow on it and just kind of run that along the bottom. I don't want to like create a full-on smoked out, blown out effect, but I did just want that color to be blended out a little bit more than it was. I'm also just kind of blurring this line a little bit. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of mascara on the bottom. Honestly, I don't really have a mascara that I love right now. I got this one, the Lancome Monsieur Big? Monsieur? I don't really know how to pronounce that. But it's clumpy as fuck. If I try to put this on my bottom lashes, it gets everywhere and it's like, it's not the vibe. So I'm gonna take my Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I think this is the one. Nope, not the one, just kidding, just kidding. My other Essence one, Lash Princess Volume Mascara. It's just a little bit more of a thinner mascara formula, I guess. It's not like super clumpy. It has that curve too, so it's a little bit easier to apply to the bottom without fucking everything up. Before I had eyelash extensions, I was really only putting bottom mascara on like the outer corner, because otherwise it just seemed like too much. But now with the eyelash extensions, it just balances it out a little bit better, I think. I just like to wait until that dries completely, and then I'll still take my little spoolie brush and just comb through them. And I did get a little bit on my skin right over here. I can kind of easily just flick that off once it's dry. So to kind of continue this fun and flirty look, I'm just gonna make sure I'm kind of glowing. As usual, I like a glowy look, but I just want it to be very like blushy, kind of like I'm blushing all the time, but also just like warmed up and soft and bronzy and all that fun stuff. So as usual, I'm gonna go in with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This one is just in bronzer. Kind of use that to contour, but like bronze at the same time. Here on my cheeks, set my mirror down and try to do this gracefully. Maybe I'll just look in the viewfinder to do this. I don't know. And then before I go crazy with blush, I'm going to use the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plush Airbrush Perfecting Powder. Blend out where I put that bronzer so that it's a little bit softer. Okay, I was going to use my Alamar blush trio because I literally use it every day. Like, look how low this one is. That's my daily one. But since we're doing very like Valentine's vibes, I think I can go a little bit more crazy with the blush and a little bit darker. I do have this Pixi Beach Rose blush, which I'm pretty sure I've used on camera before. Pretty sure I've used all my blushes on camera before though, because I don't have that many. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Blush in Vintage Rouge. Why is that hard for me to say? In conjunction with the Butter Bronzer, like, can't go wrong. Okay, it's decided. We're gonna use the Butter Blush. Why do they put those in here? Who is honestly using this weird little sponge contraption? I don't know, maybe it works amazing and I'm just like behind on the times, but I'm gonna stick with my Real Techniques blush brush because it's the best blush brush of all time. And like I said, it's Valentine's Day. Fuck it, we're gonna go ham with the blush. I'm gonna put it all over the tops of my cheek. I'm gonna keep it pretty far back right here, at least like concentrated far back right here, but then like blend it forward all along this area. I'm also trying to get better about not only showing the left side of my face because, like, let's be fucking real. We have two sides of our faces and nobody should be so concerned about their good side that they only show one side of their face. Like, not everyone is perfectly symmetrical and it's fucking fine. Cause I used to only, like, when I was doing makeup, I'd only show clips doing this side of my face because like my profile is just better from this side. I know it, you know it. The inverted filter on TikTok knows it, but it's fine. I'm gonna try not to be so anal about it. Like, I used to literally, if I was like about to choose where I was gonna sit in a social setting, I'd be like, okay, well, if I sit here, then everybody else will be to my left. And so they'll only see like my left side. Like, I was literally that crazy bitch. It's so stupid. Like, why do we care about that kind of stuff? Things that we think about that nobody else is gonna like think about. So now I'm like trying to get over myself and my weird insecurities and anxieties and trying to embrace the fact that I have imperfect skin and like acne scarring, which I've been working on for a long ass time. I've just realized that like my own internal happiness is not worth being stressed about that kind of stuff. Like, it's stupid. So yeah, anyways, as you can see, I kind of put my blush concentrated back here, but then kind of blended it forward. And now I'm just gonna like put it all over my nose. I'm also just gonna put a little bit up here on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. And then I didn't put any extra powder on this brush. It's just the same powder brush that I used before. Just kind of bounce that over where I put the blush. So we're looking cute, looking like we just got embarrassed. So now I'm gonna apply the Jaclyn Cosmetics Do Me Luminous Powder. It's like a low-key highlight that I use in every video. So if you watch my other videos, you know exactly what this does, like why I use it. You can just literally put it all over your face if you want and it's not gonna look too crazy. It just kind of brings out that glowiness to your skin. I also just put that on the tops of my cheeks. It can be just like your subtle highlight if you're not into doing like a more intense highlight, but I do a more intense highlight over the top of this. Like, I'm not shy about like putting it under my eyes too, because it just creates such a beautiful glow. I love it so much. I put it literally all over my nose. Okay, not literally. I don't put it on the sides of my nose, but I put it like liberally. And on my chin. The only place I really don't put it is like right in here. I'd rather the high points of my face be highlighted and glowy, and a lot of my acne scarring is down here too, so I don't really want to accentuate that. I was literally looking for the palette that I've been holding this entire video. I was like, where is it? Here's the inside of it. We're gonna mix the two pink ones over here, Iced and Mesmerized, and we're gonna use those as our face highlight today. I usually mix the other side, but that's for my more like natural days where I'm wearing like neutral colors. We're embracing the pink today. We're kind of going as monochromatic as possible. And yeah, I literally just go ham. I will never get over these highlights. Like, they're fucking incredible. I'm really, oh my gosh, really trying to be better about my potty mouth, like my swear words. It's gonna be so hard to not curse around my kid because I don't want to encourage that behavior, and I know if it happens I'm gonna laugh hysterically. Like, how can you not? I feel like Mesmerized by itself is going to play off of the Super Shock Super Shock shadow, the shiny one on my eyes. Pregnancy brain is what I'm gonna blame it on, but like, let's be real, I've always been like this. I'm just going to load that up on my brush and put that in my inner corner. Also, this is disgusting, but I always use this brush to like scoop out my eye boogers. But don't worry, I don't ever use this on anybody else. I have a second palette of this that's in my makeup kit that is basically brand new. I've only used it a couple times on clients. So it can have my germs and disgustingness all over it and it doesn't really matter. I'm actually going to go ahead and put iced on top of it. Yeah, that's better. Then I'll go ahead and put that same combo underneath my eyebrows, just on the high points right here. I'm out of setting spray. I would usually set my face at this point and then do my lips, but I'm out of setting spray, so straight to our lips. Okay, these ones match like incredibly well for not being like a set. This is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in BFF, and this is the ColourPop Liquid Lipstick in Magic Wand. They're like a pinky nude. Obviously, we're gonna start with the lip liner. Oh my gosh, are there any Steven Universe fans out there? Because Corey and I just finished the series and then we watched the movie and now we're about to watch Steven Universe Future. And I've only heard that Steven Universe Future like gets you in your freaking feels and I'm already so pregnant and emotional. I'm like, can I even handle that right now? But like, I'm scared. Should I be scared? I'm kind of scared. But like, it's Steven Universe. Like, how depressing could it be? You know what I mean? It's such like a wholesome, feel-good show. Corey and I just love like cartoons too. We're such like big kids. I feel like it's perfect that we're gonna have a kid to watch cartoons with because it gives us like an excuse. Not that we really need an excuse, but we're gonna be into it. Like watching all the cartoons with our kids all the time. Anyways, I don't know what made me think of that. I think my eyeshadow honestly made me think of Steven Universe because it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of pink in that show. I just love it. This is way more nude than I remember. Maybe I should have gone the more pink route. Need something more on the lips, you know what I mean? So this is the Flower Beauty Hibiscus. This is very pink. It's like almost it's a very summery color. I love it. It's almost like a watermelon kind of color. I'm gonna try to top that over this. Oh yes, I like that so much more. You guys might disagree, but I love color. Like, I love it. I'm still gonna do a gloss over the top because, like I said, my lips are really dry and I don't know, just with this glowy type of look, I feel like a gloss will just make it. The collection I was talking about earlier, the ColourPop Raw Beauty Christie with the mushrooms and cute stuff all over it, it came with 2 luxe glosses. You see. So this one is in Wildflower and it's just pink and cute and amazing and I love it. So we're just gonna go over the top with that. Okay, that's definitely a lot of layers of lip product on my lips now, so they're looking a little bit chunky. We're just gonna roll with it because I didn't want to have to take it all off just to put yeah, I'm lazy. Moral of the story is I'm lazy. I'm gonna take this headband off because it is hurting my ears. God, look how red they are. Ow, I hit that pimple again. Oh. So that is basically it for the fun and simple but flirty Valentine's makeup. I had fun creating this look. It's very rare that I play with color these days, so I am feeling this. My only regret is that I didn't do a TikTok along the way. The makeup transformations are like my favorite ones to do, but I'm not good at multitasking, so filming a YouTube video and doing that is just not in the cards for me. But yeah, that's all for me today, guys. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you really soon in my next video. Bye! Happy Valentine's Day! Wait, I totally forgot. I almost didn't show you guys my baby belly and that would have been tragic. I'm 7 months in, only 2 months to go. I'm so excited, but yeah, I am large and in charge. So here's my baby girl. I'm huge. Okay, take this makeup off that I worked so hard on. So bye.